Hi guys, and welcome back to another video. So today I'm going to be talking about the Disney 100 set and why it may be reprinted and reasons as to actually why it may not be reprinted, which I think are very overlooked. So it's safe to assume that everyone actually expects the set to be reprinted. They couldn't even make enough, print enough, supply enough to provide for the pre-orders. So the allocations got cut and a lot of people's orders got cancelled because they just couldn't make enough. So that in itself seems like a no-brainer. Why would they not reprint a set that there's clearly demand for and it's literally free money? It's easy money at that point. All they need to do is just print some more of it and they will sell that at retail. It will fly off the shelves. Reprints in Weiss Schwarz generally take around 6 months. They will announce that they are reprinting a set. About 3 months or so after that, they will open that reprint for pre-orders. There'll be a couple of weeks window for people to place pre-orders for the reprints with distribution. After that, they've got their print to pre-order numbers, and 3 months from then, generally, they will then print the set and it will be out and supplied to the people that pre-ordered it. So roughly, it takes around 6 months for them to announce the reprint and then deliver the reprint. What we need to consider with Disney 100 is that this came out about a month and a half, 2 months ago now, and they are making their own TCG. Disney are making Lorcana, which is set to release in August or September time, so a couple of months from now. I don't know how Bushiroad and Weiss Schwarz licenses work, but I think something that needs to be considered here is that if they want to reprint the Disney 100 set, do they need to get another license or renew the license with Disney to get permission to reprint the set? Now, that's something that I don't know. Perhaps someone who's watching this might have more information in terms of how those processes work. So if you do know that, let us know in the comments. I'll be really interested to hear. I think it might be fairly safe to assume that that is a very likely possibility that if they want to reprint sets, they have to renew their license. I think that's probably a given, but obviously I can't 100% confirm that. Now, if you were Disney and you've got your own TCG in English releasing in a few months' time, would you want Weiss Schwarz Bushiroad to reprint their Disney 100 set after your Disney Lorcana first TCG is released and already out? I don't think they would. I think that takes away from potential customers and people buying Disney Lorcana. I think people buying Disney 100, and I think there was that Chinese sort of Disney set as well that came out sort of a month before Disney 100 Weiss Schwarz. I think they were actually good build-ups to Lorcana. I think it's generated a lot of interest in the Disney IP on trading cards. And I think realistically that's done really well to build that sort of hype and momentum. And then when Disney Lorcana comes out, it actually adds to it. Whereas if Disney Lorcana comes out and then Weiss Schwarz reprints Disney 100, at the end of the day, there will be people that prefer the Disney 100 cards over Lorcana. Most people are perhaps likely to enjoy Lorcana more, but there will be some who prefer the Weiss Schwarz set. So if they allow them to renew the license to reprint the set, that sort of detracts from customers that may have been spending money buying Disney Lorcana. I realistically don't think, if they have to renew the license, I don't think Disney would go ahead with that. I think it would be a bad sort of business move, a bad business decision. I don't think that's something they would do. Now, obviously, who knows? Maybe they don't have to renew your license, but I would make it, if I had to make an assumption, I would assume that they do. So that is one reason as to why we may not even get a Disney 100 reprint. Another reason is to celebrate 100 years of Disney. I know reprints generally take 6 months, and if they announced it now or next month, that reprint will still happen this year. But there's potentially something else we need to consider, which is if it's the anniversary set, would they really want it reprinted in the following year when it's actually been over 100 years? I don't know. I know Pokemon do anniversary sets and they're not bothered if that's still being given out in collection boxes and things a year later or 2 years after that. It's not a big deal, but for some companies that might be a thing that they just don't want to do. So there's also that to consider, but I think the most important thing is the licensing. I think that is something that people perhaps have not thought about, and we just need to be mindful of all the different things that could affect these reprints and what could happen. Now, with that being said, I actually don't know, because I think whether they reprint the set, that's kind of like the expected thing to happen. They didn't make enough of it, so of course they want to reprint the set, and if a reprint comes out, I would not be surprised. Equally, I would also not be surprised if they don't reprint the set because of licensing and Disney not being happy with that. If I had to make an educated guess, I honestly have no idea which way this is going to go. I think both reasons as to why it might be reprinted and might not, I think they're equally as strong, and I feel like it's a 50-50 split between what could happen, and it's literally anyone's guess. So if you were holding off buying the set and hoping for a reprint, all I can say is just bear that in mind, that there is a possibility this might not happen. All I can recommend is, if you were doing that, consider buying the sealed cards. They are much, much cheaper than the sealed box prices. The difference between the two is just way off. And I know opening sealed product and packs is very fun to do, but honestly, it's so off at the moment. For the price of one box, you can buy 3 SPs and handpick the exact SPs that you want. And obviously in a box, you can only pull 1 SP or 1 SSP. You do have the chance of the origin rare, but it is very, very slim. And I don't think that justifies the sealed box prices at the moment. So just bear that in mind if you were considering holding back for a while. It could get reprinted, but there's a chance that it might not. So just take that into account. Let me know you guys' thoughts in the comments. You may have some reasons and logic that I haven't considered regarding this reprint, so let me know. I hope you enjoyed the video. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.